What's up, everybody?
I'm Shahmeer.
I'm Kevin.
I'm single.
And I'm Taken.
And this is Single Take,
an advice podcast where we give you our single take. Today is a very special day because we have our first guest here on Single Take. Now, as you guys know, I am Taken, and that means I have a girlfriend. And so this is my girlfriend, Sydney. Say hi.
Hello.
You gotta always talk. You can't just motion to our viewers on YouTube. You gotta be vocal for our listeners on SoundCloud. So what do you have to say?
I don't know. Ask me a question.
Thanks. She just wants to get right to the business.
Yeah, right.
All right, but anyway, since this episode has a girl's point of view, all of these questions are from a girl's point of view.
Oh.
Number 1. Whenever my boyfriend goes out with his friends, I always ask for the time he'll be back, even before he leaves for the night. He says I'm being controlling and not allowing him to just hang with his friends, no problem. But I actually do this so I know to wait up for him or not, and if something's wrong and he's not back by a certain time that he said he would be, etc., etc. Am I in the wrong?
No. I do that with you.
Yeah, well, that's why my answer is no. I think it's fine to ask what time, as long as you're not texting like, you said you'd be back, say you'd be back, say you'd be back.
No, it's more like she said. It's more just so that you know
Whether to wait
like,
up.
yeah, like whether to wait up. And also, if you're not home, like at least within the hour, and you haven't like sent a text or anything saying, oh, I'm going to be a little bit later, then you can, like, if you're out like partying or whatever, it's like a worry thing.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you're okay.
But there's a lot of times when you're hanging out with friends where you do plan on ending at a certain time, but just
sometimes it's open-ended.
Yeah,
So I mean, if it's going to be significantly later, you can excuse yourself to the bathroom, send a quick, I'll be a little bit later tonight, you don't need to wait up, and then that's it. You don't need to like...
And then she needs to respect that though, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Is it okay to be upset if that happens? Like,
Maybe if you had plans after that together, if it was just like, tonight's a night out with the guys, like, I'll be back hopefully around 10, I'll let you know if anything changes. But if it's like, be home by 10 because we have to go to mom's at 11, alright, then I think you can be annoyed because you know that you had to be home.
Okay.
If you're just having a normal night out, then no, plans do change and that's fine. You just let your significant other know that you're going to be home later.
but yeah, you know when it's guys' night, you know it's going till 10:15.
Hey!
Always the 10:15.
Sorry, Mom.
I drank soda after 7.
Going wild.
No, let's move on to our second question. Also from a girl's point of view, of course. Whenever my boyfriend is sick, I go into nurse mode. I'll make him food and bring him blankets and pillows and medicine and make sure he feels well. However, when I get sick, he basically puts me in quarantine. He seems like he doesn't even want to come over, and if he does show up, he acts like heating up soup in a pot is such a big to-do. Not to mention the fact that he barely even kisses me. What is up with that?
Your boy not trying to get sick, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, I think it's a little bit messed up to, like, quarantine her, but if she has, like, the flu or, like, a really nasty cold, I think it's fair to, like, not want to be super kissy and, like, swap and spit like that when you're really sick. Like, that's just kind of gross.
right, and then I don't think she needed to mention what she does for him, like taking care of him and doing this and doing that doesn't mean that he's obligated or like it's expected that he does it back. Like you do it out of the goodness of yourself, not so that when the situation is reversed, that he'll do it for you.
You know, this person's actually the worst. Like,
Well,
how dare they? No. The girl.
Oh,
you know,
the girl?
How dare she?
How dare she even
How
get
dare
sick
she
in the
help?
first place?
Yeah. And then how dare she help him and expect something and like, the worst.
God.
Absolute terrible.
If you don't want to kiss and, like, be all over each other, that's one thing. But, like, if they're sick, then you're home, like, feeling like crap. So just go, like, sit with her.
Yeah.
Heat up that bowl of soup or whatever. Like, come on now. That's very easy to do.
That's a big deal to do it for someone, though. If you're going to go through the process of making soup and not even eat
You
it,
have no room to talk. I cook for you, like, every day.
I don't even know how to make soup.
Yeah, there's like a can involved.
Yeah.
And, it's like weird. Like sometimes you have, like, how do you open those? Like,
If only
It's
there
not
was
like a
device.
soda, yeah.
If only there was a device
Oh
that
my
opened cans.
God.
yeah, I usually just like hit it with a hammer a couple times.
Yeah.
Just to loosen it up.
The American way.
Yeah.
Shabir, why don't you read number 3 for us?
Okay. My boyfriend won't turn on his Find My Friends or Snap Maps for me. I share mine with him, but he said he doesn't want to return the favor. I don't want it for any weird reasons. I just like to know where he is to make sure he's safe, or if he's with friends, he doesn't have to keep sending me updates on where he is. I don't know if I read that right, but...
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have to share his location. Like, it's not required.
But
why wouldn't you share your location? Like,
Yeah.
I'm someone who, I share my location, like, even to other people than my significant other. I just,
Maybe
like...
you don't want Mark Zuckerberg knowing where you're at all times, Kevin.
True.
Oh, God.
But there is that song, Send Me Your Location. You know.
Oh, my God. Khalid wrote this.
Oh, my God. Wait, you don't think.
Wait, no, it's
Him and
girls'
Mark
point of view.
Zuckerberg are the same.
Oh, my God.
They just want...
I think that's highly unlikely.
All right, well,
Yeah,
this show takes a lot of pull, so,
so...
maybe Khalid does watch us or
Yeah.
listen to us.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, if you're listening, sponsor us.
Yeah, you know what?
It's
Facebook
your-
can have all my information as long as you
Yeah.
send me that green. I think like having the location shared takes away from the potential being annoying of being like, where are you? How's it going? Like, what are you guys up to? I don't know. I definitely can see how some people think it could be over the top to share your location, but I mean, in our relationship and just as I've always been my whole life, like, I don't care if you want to know where I am, like, sure, I don't care.
Come at me. Parking lot, 3 p.m. We're putting up our hands, dog.
The parking lot of what? Where?
What do you mean?
There's more than one parking lot.
The parking lot.
Which one?
You know the one. Everyone knows the one parking lot.
Yeah, you don't know the one, Kat?
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
yeah.
All right, now I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out. You guys didn't even say you didn't even say stay. You just were like.
I'm Sydney.
Yeah,
This is
I mean,
Shahmeer.
yeah.
I'm taken. He's single.
Wow!
Okay.
You replaced me.
Yeah.
Wow! Wow! Is all I am is just someone who's taken?
I think you're gonna see some real changes in the next episode.
Wow! You know what? I'm gonna have to talk to
HR.
My mom, actually.
Aw.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap up today's show with our last question, which is actually from our Twitter.
Ooh.
We have a Twitter page at Single Take Show where you can DM us your relationship situations, if you're seeking advice, stuff like that. And here's our first one. We're gonna keep it anonymous, of course.
But we know who you are, so shout out to you when you watch this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sending us
Thank
a
you for
question.
sending us info. Questions. That is.
You've ruined it. We were trying to be humble and thank them, and you've ruined it. They're never gonna message us
Oh
ever
no!
again. Anyway, when does a friendship with the opposite sex cross the line when one of the parties is in a relationship? I guess this is basically saying when there's a boy and a
That's a
girl
good
that are
question.
best
When is it
friends.
cheating?
Good for you, girl. If there's a sleepover, sleeping in the same bed, that's never okay.
Yeah,
and
stuff
don't
like
be
that.
inappropriate. Don't be taking off your clothes next to each other, just general things. If you had a sleepover with a guy, you guys probably wouldn't share a bed. You probably wouldn't.
Well, I don't know. No, of course not.
Yeah,
No, of course not.
I mean, I've yeah.
I would never.
Officer, I would never.
And I think it's important to just remember that your significant other should be the top priority. So if the friendship turns into you're telling this person all important information before you're telling your significant other, they're starting to take over that top priority role, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yo, so you're saying basically if
smart
you're facing
stuff.
trouble in your life and you don't send a DM to @SingleTakeShow and you go to your best friend instead of your significant other, that's a bad sign?
When you get good news, the first person you typically want to tell is your significant other or maybe a parent or something if you're single. Just, someone that you're really close to.
100%.
And if you're dating, if you have good news, bad news, typically the first person you want to tell is your significant other.
Gotcha.
So if you're in that situation and the first person you want to tell is not your significant other, it's the friend, then
That's a red flag.
then there's something going on there.
We call those red flags in the industry.
I guess when you're together, it's basically pretend your significant other was with you right now. Would you be doing the things that you're doing? Would you be acting the way that you're acting?
Yeah, exactly.
That answer would show when you're towing the line, when it's too bad.
These are both really good pieces of advice. I'm gonna give some bad advice now.
Okay,
You know
alright.
what? Nothing is crossing the line.
Oh my
All
God.
things are fine. Yeah.
Relationships
Let's go,
are just an idea.
Yeah,
right?
it's an idea of sorts. No one's gotta like. There's no rules to anything.
Oh my God. It's like time. It's
It's like
bees don't have time.
Yeah, bees are just weird. Bees,
What?
they make honey. They don't have time.
I guess.
The bees are dying. Don't insult them.
Oh.
Ooh, they should have a trial. Oh wait, they did that in the
The
Bee
Bee movie.
Yeah, what a good movie. What a good
Yeah, and they
choice.
won the case.
They won the trial
Oh.
against Ray Liotta. Yeah, because
Oh.
he made his own honey brand. Oh, spoilers.
Spoilers,
We gotta
sorry.
spoil a movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was getting pretty late in the episode. We
Yeah,
hadn't
we
spoiled
hadn't
anything
spoiled
yet,
anything,
so we
sorry.
needed to spoil
Yeah.
something. Anyway, I think that wraps up to today's episode. As you know, or as you don't know, and you're about to find out, that we upload episodes every Friday to SoundCloud and YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow, make sure you check us out on Twitter.
Just leave it playing in the background. Like, oh, when the episode ends, just hit replay, play it again.
Yeah.
Refresh the page often.
And again, and
And
again,
again, yeah.
Because you might have
and,
missed
know.
things. You wanna go back.
Oh, yeah.
After every episode, we upload polls so that you can give your single take on all the stuff that we talked about in this episode. I've been Kevin, he's been Shahmeer, he's been single, I've been taken, and this has been Sydney, our first guest.
Hey.
And this has been our single take.
Bye, deuces.